So Mario and Luigi, we got Nave to smooth over a little bit of synergy, but also just to bring a little bit of that scrappiness to the locker room. Other than that, a core of Yoshi's, Babies, and Toads representing the Mushroom Kingdom quite well, which is fitting because in this matchup where Luigi will be taking the mound, we have Stalling's team, which is the Sunshine Swatters. And I guess I'll let you take it away about your team building philosophy.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we start with Peach as our core, her being a princess and all. She brings a leadership role to this team that I think, other teams, I don't want to say they would be lacking, but she certainly brings a different experience to this role.
Mm-hmm. And I guess, are there any like sleeper players or players that you want to give a shout out to that maybe other teams don't have their eye on because they're not a princess of a kingdom?
Definitely want to give a shout out to Green Toad specifically. I think Green Toad is definitely among our power hitters. Stature-wise, he doesn't look it, but he can really put him away if he gets the chance to.
All right. Let me just get a poll going here so that people can gamble. We love gambling. We'll do a 2-minute poll. I believe we're all ready to go here then. Oh, you did your last minute? Yes, you did. All right. Third of today's neutral site games. Fireballs, Monarchs. The Drawing Juggernauts, Sunshine Swatters. Now, the Sunshine Swatters, is that a reference to Mario Sunshine, or is it just like sunny disposition?
A little bit of both. More the reference to Mario Sunshine, what with our Pianta batting core with our Noki in the field as well.
Yeah, they're very intimidating sitting there now, sort of like bodyguards. You can see them like hula dancing behind Peach. It's fascinating.
Absolutely. It's definitely, for one, I just like having them in the field. They're providing sort of that, that mental game to try and get these batters sort of shaken.
Yeah, can't have any signs being stolen. Red Pianta, okay, so full disclosure for any bias, my early favorite for Defensive Player of the Year. I have been stunned with how well he's held down that second base corner for you. I think he's done a magnificent job.
Oh, absolutely. He's certainly, if not your top defensive player for the year among all teams, he's certainly my top defensive player.
Yeah. Now, coming off yesterday's loss to the Flowers, I know the Monarch rivalry games, they mean a lot to this team. How are you hoping that they'll respond?
So we had a long talk in the locker room after that game, and again, we don't necessarily dispute what happened, but there were a couple of calls that the umpires made regarding outs that I'm not necessarily happy with. So right now we're just going in. We're going to play a clean game. We're going to keep everything above board. We're going to make sure that everything we do is just completely by the book, and we want to make this a very clean win.
Amen. Well, your team gets out of a jam there. Red Pianta putting it away 4-3. Peach up to bat. Ooh, I thought Blue Noki was going to dive there, but ends up just using their legs to cover second. Peach is aboard. Runner on first. Toadsworth. Now, how has his mentorship helped the other Toads on this team?
The other Toads on this team look up to Toadsworth, if not as an older brother, certainly as a father figure. He's certainly got the experience in the league. He's got the years behind it. He may be a little slower at this point, but he's certainly got that leadership experience as well as sort of a secondary captain.
Well, his leadership seems to be working. Yellow Toad, the protege, gets aboard. Mm-hmm. Yellow Pianta up next. I think one of the things... Oh, we have our first stolen base. Watches the changeup go by. Yellow Toad has the wheels. He's safe. That is our first stolen base in season... in league history. And does it make a difference here? No. Item a little bit too late. Sends a line drive right to Baby Peach or Baby Daisy in left field. But that was magnificent.
The good item usage. I will definitely give it up there. But, it's still early in this game.
Luigi hits it to the Great Wall of Pianta over at shortstop. I think one of my favorite things about how you've constructed your team is the focus on synergy. I believe you're one of the only rosters to have a lineup where every player is synergistic with the one batting behind them.
Yes, that was certainly my main game plan going into this draft, was to make sure that I was going to get an item on every bat, and so far that's worked out for me.
How do you feel about having to play now the first of the neutral site games now that you've seen the stadiums a little bit? Because I feel like it's a lot more defensive than I at least anticipated. Not in a bad way, but it's been fascinating to watch these teams really have to adapt.
Right. Well, our defense is, I think, where our team has been sort of lacking. We kind of our main downfall for last game, and certainly what made our very first game of the season scary, was just the fact that we had these innings where they would score a whole bunch of runs all in one inning, and so that kind of defeated us. So I think we need the change of pace, sort of get some experience being that more defensive.
Of course. I think it's been very interesting also to see how a team built for their defense does offensively, because you do have some people that have been swinging the bat quite well, and it might not be the people that, someone would expect. Mario with a great leaping double play there robs what probably should have been a hit for Julia.
I mean, you got to give it up to the jump man himself for just getting up to that ball.
Yes, indeed. Bad item roll. It looks like Baby Mario. No bobble here. Gonna put away the rest of this inning. Scoreless through 2. Baby Mario starts off the inning. Knocks one up the middle. There's something about this game that I feel like there's a tension in the air, This is 2 teams, both 1-1, so could be, trajectory defining. And this is what I call a alliteration battle with you and the Atomic and Animatronics, as well as the Jarring Juggernauts, all having those triple initial team names.
Yeah, absolutely. Although part of me wonders, this may be some locker room talk here, but part of me wonders if these 2 teams especially are perhaps taking it a little easy on each other, considering the relationship that their captains have.
Oh, so you think that there might be, are you saying collusion, or are you saying more that there's like these are players that know each other?
I'm saying this feels much more like a friendly game than a competition.
So this is one where it's like, you're testing yourself because it's fun, but it's against somebody who really knows you.
Exactly. I wouldn't go so far as to say collusion, but certainly I think there's more to these scoreless current innings than just good play on both sides.
Of course, Luigi, a pitcher who can get hit around a little bit, but tends to hold it down when it comes to keeping runs off the board. But he's finding himself in a jam here early. No outs, runners on first and second. Top of the order up to bat, it's Peach. She hits one to the shortstop. Mario breaks up the double play with the green shell. Toadsworth brutal out there, assassinating the plumber, but...
Like I said, that's where that experience comes into play. He knew how to use that item and exactly when to deploy it.
Do not ask him what he was doing during the Great Mushroom Kingdom War. They call him the Sniper, and he's never played basketball in his life. Great eye here. He's showing it off. 3 balls, no strikes. And he takes a walk. Bases loaded. And it's the protege, Yellow Toad. The disciple. The chosen one.
See if he can bring it home.
Luigi pitching scared. Do you think maybe he's tired? That's 2 balls. He's throwing... He throws one down the middle, and that's probably going to be the first run of the game. Palblock ensures it. Runners score. 1 out. Bases stay loaded. Red Pianta the run. Now Yellow Pianta up to bat. The Boo probably going to bring in 2. Might look like 3. Yellow Pianta takes
Well,
second.
going
Easy.
for it.
That's a bases clearing double, and this game is wide open. 4-0. I think this is a team that, you look at the power hitters on your team, and you would think that they'd be raking in a lot of their RBIs through home runs, but this is a team that loves to play small ball. And what I've really noticed is they've tried to be savvy base runners. That's a great play by Mario to double play end the inning, but I think that's more of a great snap throw. Yellow Pianta was already on his way back to the bag. Still, 4-run score.
And Mario appears to be deadly on that shortstop, but we've hit a couple past him. But yeah, like you said, our team, we really try and focus on the fundamentals. There's something to be said for flashy ball. It gets butts in seats, but as far as victories knocked, it always comes down to the fundamentals.
Peach showing some of those fundamentals on the mound, starting the top of the 4th. Ball 1 strike. Nave drives one over Green Noki's head in right field. Probably would have had it if it wasn't for the Boo. Gets on board thanks to the help of Luigi, and now he'll have a chance to knock his rival off the opposing mound. Ball 1. Luigi rips a screamer down the left field line. Stays fair, just a single, but 2 runners aboard, 1 out. And now Baby Daisy. The windup. Drives one up the center. That's going to drop in. Bases are loaded. 1 out now for the Fireballs. Blue Toad up to bat. Peach goes to her first start pitch of the game. Blue Toad doesn't care. He slaps one over the head of the shortstop. It's 1-4 Fireballs. Or 1-4 Monarchs. Base is still loaded. If you had the means to communicate with your pitcher now as Blue Noki steps to the plate, what would you say?
If I had the means to communicate to my pitcher right now, I would just say, maybe you could use 1 or 2 or more of those star pitches. We've really saved up. Although, it seems she's good at putting those balls where they need to be in order for them to go right to the outfield.
As she does, Blue Noki hits one to the left fielder, 2 outs. Baby Mario, 2 outs, bases loaded, has a chance to tie this game with a bases clearing hit. He'll send 1 home. Bases stay loaded, 2-4 now. Monarchs lead shrinks. These are two teams that love to play small ball, and they're doing it better than anyone right now. If Blue Yoshi can get aboard here, Mario's up next. He goes to the star swing. Bobble from the shortstop. The item doesn't stop Julia. Keeps her eye on the ball and fields what could have been a disaster of a play into the 3rd out of the inning.
Julia certainly is sort of our sleeper defensive player.
Yeah, Julia. So Julia, when she came to the minor leagues, actually wasn't aware of what the center field position entailed. So she had an attitude about it where she was willing to do whatever it took to help the team win. But I guess all of this to say, what does being a center fielder sort of mean to you and to this team?
Center fielder, in a lot of ways, sort of feels like the thing that all the spokes come off of. It is the central part of the wheel. A lot of balls headed center, right, or left. Center fielder's going to get a piece of them.
Speaking of, center fielder might have to go up for a pitch here. Blue Yoshi robs the home run from defensive mastermind Red Pianta. Sorry to interrupt you there.
Not at all, not at all. This was certainly a play worth interrupting for.
Yeah, I agree with that sort of spoke in the wheel. We definitely, me and a couple of the other experts on the panel, we were talking about how center field, it really feels like they're the glue guy of the team. They can hit anywhere in the order, they can hit however, field however, but they're also somebody that, you're happy to be sharing a locker room with them at the end of the day. Mario drives one down the first baseline, long single to start the inning. Blue Pianta up. So I believe this is the Pianta game as well. This is all 3 Piantas in the same game as Blue Pianta flies out to Julia here. What does it mean to him to be able to play against, some other people from Delfino Isle and on the biggest stage in the game?
Blue Pianta, he's someone we had our eye on just simply because we wanted to fill out the core. Get all these people, get all three of these boys who had grown up playing ball on Delfino Isle, just all together. But it seems like he's found a good spot in the Fireballs. We wish him nothing but the best, but we just find ourselves on opposite sides today.
Understandable. Peach with a strikeout buzzes the fastball by Luigi. He wasn't ready for it. Baby Daisy now up with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Been some great pitching today. Peach still on the mound. Only allowed 2 runs. And Red Pianta with a nice leaping catch.
Red Pianta, he's just that guy who just always seems to be there when you need him. Extremely reliable.
This wall of Piantas in the infield, it's working. It's intimidating, and they're up 4-2 going into the bottom of the 5th. That's what he gets for bunting. I agree. I don't agree with the bunts at all. The shell! A bloop single lands fair already, so probably won't be recorded as an error, but the shell ensures Purple Toad gets aboard, and now top of the order is up. Peach has full stars. Just winding up to hit a big one. Gets all of it. Blue Noki's there, but only has the play at first. Runner goes to second, 1 out. Toadsworth up to bat. He sends one towering to center field. Dying at the warning track. Purple Toad tags. He's advanced on every hit so far. 2 outs. Runner at third. And Yellow Toad drives him home. He's thinking too. Probably will be able to take it. Not the best armor on the center fielder there. Yellow Toad has a sliding double that scores 1. Extends this lead to 3.
Yeah, the Toads are a big part of our strategy. Obviously synergize well with Peach, but just sort of on their own would be decent players. So we were really happy that we were able to pick 3 of them up.
Toad's very hard working, swing the bat well. Sort of could fit wherever you need him to. Errant throw from the outfield. Luigi cuts it off, but still runners at the corners. This could get worse. Or better. Goat Yellow Toad. He's had an outstanding showing here today, and he'll score. Noki thinks too. Might have time to go 3. Yellow Pianta holds up. Green Noki does as well. Runners at second and third. 2 outs. You gotta think Luigi's at his end here as a pitcher.
He was looking a little tired before. I think yep, there it is. Not unexpected.
At the plate. Now, Mario has, at time of current understanding, the worst ERA in the league. He is a player that has come in higher leverage situations, and maybe it's unfair what they ask of him, but he's tried to buzz it by players, and it just doesn't work. So now he's working a little bit more finesse. Julia gets all of that, drops it on Baby Daisy. Pow block comes in as well, and 2 runs scored. Green Toad with an opportunity to make this even worse for the Fireballs. The Pow block just not in time. Innings done, but so is the damage. 8-2. How are we doing? Julia's had an outstanding showing, I believe. The Monarchs are in firm control, for sure. We have their owner on the line with us.
Julia in the outfield, once again, one of those players doesn't draw a whole lot of attention to herself, but you look back at the records after the game, and you realize just how big of a role she played in this.
Yes, indeed.
Pianta Wall standing strong.
Some very quick defensive stands this game. It's kept Peach not known for her stamina, but she's used her best stuff today, and the solid center fielding and infielding defense behind her has kept this game well within reach. That ball's going to settle harmlessly into the mid of Julia. No bobbles. Inning's over.
Beginning.
Monarchs have some chance to do some more damage. Now, the Piantas, for power hitters, typically like to make contact on more of their swings. They go for a lot of these chop hits, and I really admire that about them, but it's interesting because you don't think of them as guys that are willing to just, take the easy hit, get on base, and do whatever you can to score.
Well, I think we've had a lot of talks about this, and I've stressed the importance of, not trying to be a hero out there. When we try to be a hero and try to make these big flashy plays, a lot of times that can blow up in our face and really come back to bite us. So, it's they're holding back a little bit, but in doing so, I think it's for the benefit of the team as a whole.
Peach winds up, sends one deep into right field. That one's probably going to just drop into the mid of Baby Mario. Takes one for the team with the bomb sitting at his feet, but runners don't advance. 2 outs, just Red Pianta on first. Toadsworth sends one into center field. The inning isn't over yet. Excuse me. Oh boy. Yellow Toad sends one towering to left center field. Baby Daisy's under it. They send up Blue Yoshi. He gets the final out of the inning. Prevents maybe not further disaster, but an uncomfortable truth that this game's out of hand. But no, instead, Blue Yoshi comes away with grab. It's a last chance inning. They need 6.
Not impossible. I wouldn't count them out of this game yet. Currently, I would say with my team, I've been extremely impressed with Peach's tenacity this game.
Yeah, I would definitely think if there's going to be a weak spot, it's going to be if she gets tired, she can leave a pitch hanging over the plate, and that's all it takes for a rally to start. Next pitcher would probably be in that case. I mean, I'm not even sure.
Next
Toadsworth?
pitcher, we swap out to Toadsworth.
So Toadsworth, very capable pitcher in his own right, but pitching change can always mean, well, doesn't mean anything.
The game.
In the time we discussed it, 1, 2, 3 inning, 8-2. Monarchs make it look easy, defeat their friendly rivals, the Fireballs, and advance to 2-1.
Yeah, we.
How many is that? I couldn't see. 11 hits, but. Excellent.
Yellow Toad once again MVP. Showing that he is, like I said, kind of the gel that holds this whole team together.
Amen.